What's up again, everybody? Thanks for coming back. I really hope you're all enjoying this as much as I am. This has turned out to be a hell of a lot of fun. Got 6 strips of the yellow cedar glued on every side now. I think I'm gonna stick with the plan of bringing that yellow all the way out to the edges and then going with a really, really dark strip. It's gonna look outstanding. Then I have another treat for you all here in a couple minutes. What we're gonna do first, actually, I have 2 treats this time. I'm very excited. They're 2 totally different treats, but we're gonna get to those in a minute. First, we're gonna put 2 new strips on, or 2 more strips on here, so we have 7 on each side. Get it all clamped up again, so you're gonna get to see the new clamping process for these. In case you're kind of curious, it changes as you get wider. Of course, you know, the length of clamp you're using is they're gonna get longer. You can't use these little short, convenient clamps the whole way, across. And I'm sorry, I'm a little under the weather, but we're still getting these videos done. So that's the most important thing. Because when it comes to building stuff, I mean, that's why we do this, it's fun. So, new clamping process, I want to show you all that. I want you to be here when I'm putting on these 2 other strips, just to kind of see a little more of the process. We'll go a little more into detail when I'm getting my end joints together, some of the little tiny details that are going to matter later on down the road when we start planing this or sanding this flat. You know, there's certain things that you can do and don't do that are going to make it look good or make it look horrible. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And we'll work through this, and then we'll get on to those 2 treats. I'm excited. I hope you are as well. Okay, I'm just gonna start right here on this end. All we're doing right now is just popping clamps so that we can get ready to do our other 2 strips. These got glued up about probably 2 hours ago today. So, you know, an hour, 2 hours is long enough. You'll definitely know if it doesn't want to stick. Things will start popping apart, so. Okay, let's do this. I hope it's starting to become like very obvious why I always emphasize on clamps so much. You get a lot of clamps, a lot. That clamp corner over there, I probably need double that. It's not a cheap hobby, by any means. Looking pretty sweet. Nice even joints. Just chirping over my stuff there, you know. Okay, one little thing I will show you. You didn't see that because it's little and I'm way over here on the other side. But as you're clamping these up with your big long clamps across the width of the board, there is going to be a good way to do this and a horrible way to do this, okay? So, you know, obviously you just want to throw your clamp on here and start clamping away, squeeze those together so then you can clamp them into place, right? No. As we talked about before, these boards, like I said, they have a cove and a cleat on them, right? Okay, so the cove, or the cleat is nice because that's a nice solid cleat. It's a nice solid edge, okay? On the cove, you have these very, very thin little edges right here on either side, okay? When you go to clamp, and your little strip is laying right here, and you put the edge of that big, strong clamp up against those little thin edges right there, it's going to collapse and it's gonna look horrible. So what I like to do is get one of my smaller pieces of the 3/8 width, and when I'm clamping, I'll use that little piece to sit inside of the cove, and now you have a base to put your clamp up against. So now there's no way you can deform the shape of your strips. Don't forget that. Very important. Or else the strips are gonna, you know, the ways I keep talking about, we want this looking straight. We want it professional, you know what I mean? We want somebody to have this eventually, be really proud of it. So, it's all in the details. Okay. I guess I kind of did leave out, you know, on the other side, you don't have to have anything because as of yet, my little rubber protectors on my clamps right here have not deformed the cleat side of my strips, so I haven't had to use, anything on this side yet. So, in the event that you do get some softwood or something like that, you can always just grab another piece and, you know, do it the opposite way of what we did on this side. So either way. Let's get this guy out of here. Okay. An important thing that I left out on one of my last videos is when we're getting these joints together, when we're fitting them, one of the things that I like to do, just to make sure this is going to be a nice clean joint when we're done, let's take a little box knife right here, and see these shavings right here, okay? We're gonna take the knife in between those shavings and the actual strip, just like that. And then we're gonna fold all those shavings over. We don't wanna cut them off. You can, but if you just fold them back, what these are gonna do is then give you something to fold back over once you get your joint together and the glue inside there, and then those little pieces are gonna help hide that joint. So, you know, the point is trying to make all your joints invisible as possible. Well, that's one of the good ways to do it. So, it doesn't take that long. Just like I said, get your box blade, just fold those little guys back, get your glue applied, get your joint put together, and then you can fold those right back over, and they'll help mask, you know, that such harsh line from your joint. Okay. Where did I put my glue? Right there. Oh, and wish I could show you guys, but it's holding my camera right now. Somebody that's watching heard me out and actually gave me a tripod. So you know who you are. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's working wonderfully. I don't have to stack boxes up anymore on my table saw outfeed. It was silly, but yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it. It should lead to better videos. Okay. Let's get some glue on these guys. Okay. You will have some glue leak out of the joint right here. It's not a big deal. It's all gonna get sanded down anyway. No biggie. Just get those wood fibers bent back over the joint right there. Like so. I guess I can bring this over to the camera so you can kind of see. Hopefully you can see once you put those wood fibers back over right here. See how it kind of masks the line from that joint? Works really well. Okay. That one's good for now. I did find out that for applying glue to my edges on these, it helps if you throw a little clamp on here, just to help keep it upright. It'll hold your strip like that, and then you can run your glue bottle along the edge of the strip. Pro tip. Pro. I kid. Okay. We're gonna mirror image the other side right here. So grab box knife again. There we go. Fold the strips over. So, a little glue on there. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Clamp on this guy. This one upright. Perfect. And then you remember, using that super awesome pointed nozzle on the glue bottle there. Start applying your glue. Don't laugh at my propane heater. It's 30 degrees outside. My shop is still not very fully insulated or sealed up very well, so it vents very nicely in here. I'm not going to suffocate myself. And if I do, I don't know, might make a good video. Somebody will watch it. I'm kidding. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay. Do on this side. Okay. Moving along. Kind of makes me wish they didn't, license music the way they do, because then I would love to be able to jam out on here with you guys listening to like Metallica, or Pantera, Slayer, proper music to woodwork to. Oh, don't forget, you also want a little glue under your strips, so don't forget to get it on the bulkheads down here. Just a little dabble do. Again, this is one of those spots where it's really tough to access one side of the strip, so it's not necessary to put glue on both sides. But I mean, you can. If you want to make the effort, go ahead. But we are going to have a lot of epoxy and fiberglass on this thing, so she is going to be strong. Extremely. Okay, a little bit of glue right there underneath, and all right, time to stick these guys. So take your clamp off here. Make sure the joint's still together good, and we'll just go ahead and nose it down in there and stick it, just like so. I like to use these little clamps right here just to hold things in place until I get the big boys get my joints over the top of the bulkhead. Don't forget that step. Okay, beautiful. Let's get myself lined up over here. Missed this one. Okay. Just pull it forward here, like so. Bammo. Okay, that's it. Now we're making a paddleboard. All right. This is where it starts to get fun. Lots of back and forth. Okay, get our first clamp on here with our little, don't forget your little jigs, little braces for your clamp pads. Okay. Just go ahead and put it in tight, right there. Boom, there you go. First one. Okay. And what I do is just go on both sides of the bulkhead. So you get everything pitched and nice and tight on either side of it. That's what keeps it straight. You don't have to He-Man it. No reason for that. But just a nice firm clamp. That's all you want. Go back to our little shorties again. And then what you want to do is just clamp it on either side. Right there. Glue off. One right there. Perfect. Okay. So now, what we're going to want to do is grab one more of these big long clamps. There we go. I do like to leave one on either end as it's drying, just to keep everything, nice and tight. Okay. Do one more of my little guys here. Just get this clamped up. And bring these back. Just mixing that one over here. So, and like so, because we use every one of these. Okay. Good. And see what I mean by lots of back and forth? Okay. Now, this is kind of where you start like leapfrogging your clamps. You'll notice I have a set of clamp here and one here, and then I have my clamps in the middle holding my strips down, right? Okay, so my forward clamp, that one will stay. My rear clamp, pop that one loose, and then move it over it in between the next set of bulkheads. Just like so. If you find that you don't have enough hands, just go grab somebody. Have them help you hold the clamp on the other side. Okay. Leapfrog again. So, there you go. Move that clamp. Because we know they're being held together pretty well now. we'll get it. Let's move those clamps down here. There we go. And here. And help hold everything. Perfect. Okay. One. All around the mulberry bush. Okay. There we go. Try to keep your clamps centered on your strips, like by centered, I mean like centered on your little pad. And the reason I say that is because these clamps can kind of tend to pull your strip up or down one way or the other. You want them to kind of do it as flat as possible, just so your strips lay nice and flat. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Good. Okay. I mean, even when I'm doing my voiceover videos, I kind of feel weird, like leaving dead air, you know, like the parts where I'm not talking. So if you guys have any, you know, like comments, let me know. You know, do you want some like cheesy music playing in the background, or do you not mind like the little bits of silence? So don't mind me. I'm just here working along. But you all are the ones that are watching, so let me know what you think. Okay. I got clamps in my clamps. Yeah, I can walk around this side now. Okay. Those out of here, I'm gonna move these clamps down. These guys need to be fit in to their grooves. Sometimes you'll get crap in the way. Okay. Those two aren't fitting together so well right here, but it's all right because that's the end of the board. Just want to make sure it's as close as possible right there. Here. How'd you guys let me do that? I missed one? Huh. I must be sick. That doesn't happen a lot. strips are starting to get all weird right here. This could be due to differences in lumber, or I could have something in the way. And I think all this is just lumber differences, which, I mean, it happens, guys. It's not the same all the time. You gotta make it work. Those two just don't like fitting into each other. See? You never know what's gonna happen with this shit. Stuff, sorry. There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, down to our last couple here. Becomes a tricky game of how do I get my clamps in here and clamp it down at some point. It's funny. Okay. These guys right here fit together pretty well. That's good. Very good. Okay. Last little piece right here. Those, that clamp out there. Okay, and oh, we got those. Pop that, and then we clamp it. Make sure it's good. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Put these guys up. Okay, so we got that done. Let's give you guys a close up, a little flyover of it. Let's see. Here we go. Doing pretty good. I think it looks amazing so far. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think about it. Here's the little treats over there on the table. So let's go ahead and get to the treat part. Oh, actually, we'll leave the camera faced over this way. All right. So, you got your paddleboard, you got your kayak, you know, how are you gonna make it move? You're not just gonna stick your hands over the side and paddle with it. I mean, you can, but eventually you're gonna need a paddle. And what we have right here is my first attempt at making a kayak paddle. I have the wood set aside to do the big, beautiful paddleboard paddle for this one. So eventually we're gonna start working on that. But while I was doing this, I wanted to, you know, of course, start another little mini project and get that going. So what we've got here is fur for the handle. Fur is nice and strong, but it's flexible enough to work for a handle. And then your blade, you want to be nice, strong hardwood. So I've got a little bit of oak and walnut all sandwiched in here. And what we're gonna end up doing is carving this into the correct shape of the board. I've got my new planer, it's finally out. And we're gonna select some pieces, you know, because the basic shape of the paddle is here, except for the handle. You know, it kind of flares out on top right there. So we're gonna pick out a couple pieces of walnut and get them glued to the handle. And then I just got my last order of lumber in from Jarvis. And I am very excited about this. I haven't unboxed it yet because I wanted to share it with you all. This is my big wide 1.5" strips. So I can't wait to get this box open. I'm super pumped about this and I hope you all are too. So let's get unboxing this and see what these strips look like. I cannot wait. Put this oar back over here. I love it. These all say export on them because they come from Canada. They do take a while to ship, but it's totally worth it. I mean, like you all have seen, they do a really nice job milling up this lumber. So I will gladly give them the money. So don't cut your fingers off while you're trying to cut your box open here. Get too excited. Always really well packed. Very surprised. Very happy with how they box up their stuff. Oh, this is so exciting. So this is yellow cedar, medium to dark, and then the rest of my 3/8 strips that I wanted. Because on the top side, we're probably going to get into some designs with 3/8 stuff. So, oh yes, this is good. Okay, let's see. There's no top here. Very exciting. Look at this. Look at this stuff. Definitely going to use some of this to finish out the bottom side of this board. Awesome, looks so good. I love the big white strips. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this stuff. The grain is beautiful on it. I love it. They do such a good job. Look at that medium to light. Awesome coloration. Awesome. Well, there's that. Let's go ahead and move over to, I mean, I don't have a bunch more to show you on this. We unboxed it and it's super cool and awesome, and now we're letting some joints dry. So yeah, let's get the planer out and we're gonna run this oar through a couple times. I wanna show you guys my new planer. It's outstanding, I'm very happy with it. And then we'll probably call it quits for that. So, all right, let's get going. Just give me 1 second. Remove some of my stuff out of the way. There's our heater, if you remember that. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's see. See how we're going to do this. I apologize for the dead air. Okay, let's get this turned around so you can see what I'm seeing. There's my new planer. It's a Grizzly, of course. I love the Grizzly stuff. Geo 940, 13-inch. It's got the spiral cutting head on it. This thing is outstanding. Okay, I've got about enough room right there to run my ore through. Don't forget your hearing protection. And let's do a couple passes on my ore, okay? What do you say? Earballs. All right, y'all. That's probably gonna be about it for today. But before we go, I know it's silly to run this through the planer too much because I'm gonna end up carving this ore, you know, into the shape of an ore. But I just wanted to show you all the capabilities of that planer. You know, this thing does really well. Very little setup out of the box. Yeah, I'm pleased with this thing. It couldn't have worked any better. What I do have a couple of ideas for the handle on this thing. I've got some walnut here that I've already cut up into 3/4 by 1.5 inch strips, so they will match the thickness of everything else. And what I'll do, I'm gonna cut, well, first these are some pieces that I used on other stuff and I'm just repurposing lumber because walnut's freaking awesome. So I'm gonna run this stuff through the planer really quick, a couple passes, get the varnish off of here. And once I do that, I'm gonna cut up some probably 3-inch strips and we'll get those glued on either side. And then that way, once we start shaping this, we can do those really nice, pretty flares up at the top of the handle. So, all right, you all, again, thank you so much for watching the videos. I really appreciate it. And I know they're not getting a ton of views at the moment, but I appreciate everyone that doesn't get watched. So yeah, with that, like and subscribe if you want to. Come back and check out the next video. Let's build some cool stuff, everybody. All right, thanks. Catch you next time.